And News 8's Kyle Dimke and myself spent time at the Republican and Democratic caucuses, respectively, here in Lansing, Iowa tonight. There was 93 people who showed up here in Lansing for the Republicans and about 110 for the Democrats. What were you hearing from these caucus goers?
Well, the one thing I heard was that they really enjoy this caucus process. Both parties, no matter which side you were on, they really enjoy listening to one another and having the experience to hear about a specific candidate, something, we're not used to in Wisconsin as the primary. So that's the one, I think that was the biggest takeaway for me is they just really enjoy being able to speak to one another, hear each other's point of views, and that's evident in the story we're about to show you. It didn't take long for the Democratic caucus in Lansing to be standing room only. For Kurt Snitker, it's his first time ever at a caucus, and he says it was much more intense than he expected it to be.
Well, it was a little more detailed. People had definite opinions on the candidates and trying to convince people to switch sides. 18-year-olds
Thomas and Chase took part in the Republican caucus in Lansing. Both say they enjoyed the experience.
It was quick. Everybody, they kind of knew what they were here to do, knew who they were here to vote for.
This is the first step. So, the more people we get here on step one, the more people we can get to step two.
Fellow voter Arla Wagner is also at her first Republican caucus. She's been a Democrat all her life, but a candidate actually made her switch sides.
Rick Santorum did. A friend of mine was working on his campaign, and she wanted me to meet him, and so my husband and I met him up in Waukon, and I was just really impressed.
Similar to Arla, Kenneth Kimball switched from Democrat to the Republican caucus this year because of a candidate. He says he enjoyed the laid-back atmosphere of the Republican caucus.
It was a chance for people to stand up and talk. I like that aspect of it, that folks have a chance to say their piece, why they're for somebody, and then with their neighbors, and then let everybody cast their vote.
Back at the Democratic caucus, Janice McCormick has always been a Democrat, but began the evening undecided. She says it took her neighbors to help her make up her mind.
No, I think it was just listening to the three different camps and solidifying my own opinion.
And here in the 7th precinct here in Lansing, Iowa, results were pretty close. On the Republican side, it was Donald Trump taking the victory, followed by Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, Senator Ted Cruz in third place. And on the Democratic side, very close, Mike. It was 55 votes for Bernie Sanders, followed by 52 for Hillary Clinton. So very, very close on the Democratic side, here at least in Lansing.
All right. Thanks very much, Kyle Dimke, reporting for us tonight.